Hi friends, and welcome back to Lemon Tree Corner. I'm your host Heather, and we do crafty things here. I run a small handmade business called Lemon Tree Corner where I make project bags and fun pouches and things like that. So welcome, welcome. If you're not new here, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it when you come and spend time with me, and I hope that you are enjoying yourselves as we are making tons of bags. So we've got a show coming up in October where I'm going to have a pop-up shop at a local knitting store. So we're making all the project bags. So we've already made the sweater bag, the large bag, the drawstring bag, the squishy bag, the pyramid bags. We just made little notions pouches last week. And this week we are making the kitties, the kitties. So let's take a look at that pattern. So it's a super cute pattern that was suggested to me by one of you. So it is the zippered cat pouch in 4 sizes by Aloha Sewing Company. I'll link this down below. She's got an Etsy pattern, and if you buy the pattern, she has a step-by-step tutorial that comes with the pattern, so very fun. We tried this pattern out quite a few weeks ago now, but they turned out super cute, and I decided I like the swivel hook on the side because when it's on the top, it's not very practical to attach that to anything, but they turned out super cute. We're going to use our number 3 zippers for these, so I've put away all of our number 5 zippers, and we will break out our number 3 zippers for the rest of the project. So we have the kitties, the piggies, the coin purses, and then the sachets will be the very last thing that we'll use. So we're kind of using up all the fabric. So we have this stack of fabric, this cute fabric that I just found a couple weeks ago. And then we have a bunch of fat quarters that are fall themed. So use those for this. I've also got some other random kind of fall Halloween-y fabrics that we can use. And in addition to that, we just went to the fabric store and bought a bunch of Christmas fabrics. So what I would like to do is take a few of these that are the smaller patterns, like that's too big for the kitty, I'm sure. But we have like this one is a nice smaller print that we can use, and this one. So I'll take the smaller prints for the cats, and then we will use the rest of them for the piggies. Unfortunately, that means I have to process all of these fabrics. So the fat quarters, and then these are all half yards that I bought. So it's kind of like a half yard bundle that I made myself. But that means we have to process everything. So we need to iron, pre-shrink with our best press, and cut out all the pieces and all that fun stuff. So I'm not sure how many I'm gonna make at this point. I guess the fabric will dictate that. I wanna make sure that I have a big enough piece of the half yard fabric to make the piggies. And I would like to make a couple of fall piggies as well. So I'll probably take the larger pieces of fabric that I have to make some piggies with as well, just so we have a little bit of each fall and winter for both the piggies and the cats. And since we are getting into fall, I want to do some fun fall things. So I'm gonna head to Trader Joe's. I saw somebody had bought a pumpkin Snickerdoodle cookie mix that looked really fun. So we'll see if we can find that and maybe some other fall treats like pumpkin bread that we can make throughout the next couple of weeks. And then I also want to look through my coloring books and see if there's anything specifically fall themed that we can do, because I need a little calm me down with all this prep for the show. The closer the show gets, you know, the more worried I get that I'm not going to finish everything, or, you know, that some huge thing's gonna prevent me from doing the show. So all the worries start to creep in. So I would like to do some coloring book pages with you as well. And yeah, other than that, we're just working on our green sweater, our scarf, and hoping to start my fall blanket at some point, or get back to the original one of the two, because I think that would be fun. And we switched. We went back to red. It's not looking very red because I think the pink kind of messes with the red tones in the dye. So it looks more brown, but it's a very pretty russet brown. So I'm happy with that. You know, the pink's nice and everything, but I feel like too visible sometimes. So it's just kind of nice to feel like a normal person walking around and not get all of the attention in the stairs. So it's nice for a couple months, and then I like to go back to blending into the background. So the next one I do will probably be lighter and more coppery, back to my normal color. We are also processing the fish tank. We have lost all the fish again. So I'm cleaning out the tank and trying to kill off any bacteria if that was the cause. I still don't know what happened. And we're gonna give it one more shot. So one more shot. This is the second year in the row that I have lost all the fish, and I'm obviously not very good at this. So it's not really a water chemistry thing. That's been fine. I don't know if the new fish are bringing in disease, or I kind of had a homicidal maniac in the tank that I think was killing everybody. So I don't know what's going on there, but we'll try. We'll get a whole new batch of fish, and that'll be the end. If that doesn't work, I'm giving up on fish keeping. As always, we are getting really close to 2,000 subscribers, so I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. I think we're at about 60% of the people watching the video aren't subscribed and 40% are, so thank you if you have subscribed. It's free and it really helps my channel out, and when we hit 2,000, we're going to be doing a special bag, so I'm going to be making a special bag that we will be giving away to one of you lucky people. Oh, and I noticed I was watching one of my regular channels the other week, and I had just like hit the pause button, and I noticed that I wasn't subscribed. So I think YouTube every once in a while like kicks people off of the channel. So if you could check and see if you are subscribed for real, even if you have subscribed before, that would be helpful. And there's also, if you're on your phone, along with the like and the little bar at the bottom, the like and share, there's also a button called hype. You can hype this video, which basically tells the YouTube algorithm to push it to more people, that you want to push this content to more people. So I would love it if you could help me out and hit that button as well. It seems to really have helped on the last video. We've gotten a lot more views in the first couple of days than we normally do, so that's very helpful. And yeah, other than that, we're just gonna keep living our lives, making our bags, trying to stay calm and centered and do some fun things in life. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and grab yourselves a water or a cool beverage, maybe a cozy beverage if it's getting cooler where you live. It's still high 80s, 90s here in Southern California, so I will be drinking a cool beverage. Get comfortable and let's start making some bags. Welcome to another week. We are going to get started. I went through and picked out the fabrics. So we're going to have these two together, these two together, these two together, and these two together. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the 2 we already have, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, probably a 9 because I've got tons of this fabric. So 9 fall ones, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Christmas ones. I gotta be careful on the Christmas fabric. I gotta make sure I have enough for the piggies. So we'll start with those. And that's plenty, because what did I just say? 9 plus 4 is... I might want more than that. I'm not sure. So we're gonna go ahead and process all this fabric. So these ones have to be ironed and starched along with all the Christmas fabric. These ones are already ready to go. I believe we made the medium size. So this should be the medium, which is a really good size. You can't really fit your phone in there unless you got a really small phone, but you can easily fit, you know, pins, stitch markers, your little sharp scissors, that kind of thing. So it could be a notions pouch, makeup pouch, you know, kids pouch, whatever. So they're super fun. And the medium is 7.5 by 7.2. So good size. And then by adding that swivel hook, we just make it a little bit more usable. Yeah, I think these would make super cute birthday or Christmas presents. So if you want to try your hand at it, we've got a zipper pull, the D-ring piece, and then we've got our 3 pieces here. So we've got our full piece, which is going to be the back and the lining. And then these 2 pieces are cut on the fold. So like you'll see, these 2 pieces have the exterior fabric because they're cut on the fold. So, and then you do have the raw edges in the middle. That's the only thing I'm not thrilled about, is that we have raw edges. And I should probably go through these and clean this up. If you had a serger, obviously that would be best. I do not have a serger, but they're contained in the inside, so it's not too bad. So because these 2 pieces are cut on the fold, I don't have to worry about using up more lining fabric than my exterior, which is usually the problem I have in these situations. So it should be good to go. I don't know that I'm going to have a lot of this fall fabric left over because they are fat quarters. I think I would need like the whole fat quarter for the piggy. Well, I might have enough left over for the piggy after this. Let's see. Can you see? So if we did that, and then I do need a whole exterior piece though. So I'm not going to have enough out of the fat quarters for that. And this is cut on the fold too, so yeah, I'm definitely not going to have enough for the piggies out of this fabric. But we do have some leftovers of the other fabric, and we'll definitely have enough of this fabric to do that with. So I'm not too worried about it. I was mainly thinking of Christmas piggies anyway. So we're going to go ahead and get this fabric processed. So I somehow accidentally bought another yarn advent calendar. I'll pop it up here. I couldn't resist. It's probably the one I should have gotten in the first place. I don't remember seeing it at the time, but it's beautiful and it's my style, and I decided to treat myself since I have some birthday money headed my way. So we'll have 2 advent calendars. I don't think we're really doing Vlogmas. I'll probably just post some extra videos, and we'll be making some holiday bags as well. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so we have our fat quarter. I'm going to cut off the selvage edge, which could be on 1, could be on 2. It doesn't look like it's on that one, so let's just cut this edge off. And then we're going to try and maximize the fabric here. What I would really like to do is be able to cut out all the pieces. We've got these 2 that have to be on the fold. And then this one, you know, ideally I would be able to cut them all out and have enough for the piggies, but I don't think that's really going to happen. And if we cut it the other way, are we able to get both pieces out of that? We are. Okay. So I'm pretty much just going to put this as close as possible to the fold so that we can get as much as possible out of this fabric. So there we go. We can also get the little pieces out of this if I cut it correctly. So I'm going to line this up. I hate cutting on the fold, but in this case we have to, because that's the way this pattern is designed. Okay, just going to take extra care to line that up correctly. here we are with our cookies. It's 9 o'clock on Friday night, and I just spent the whole evening cutting out the rest of the pieces, attaching all the SF-101, and we're still not there yet. So my sister and I are doing something fun tomorrow. I don't know how much time that's going to take, so I'm trying to like get a head start, and we still have a lot to do. We still have to cut out all the fusible fleece and pick out the zippers and all that stuff. The good news is that we have more time than just this weekend. So it's not like it has to get done by Sunday night, but I would like it to. We are on our own here tonight. My husband has an overnight gig, so he's spending the night with his brother, and he took his mom along, so it's a whole family thing. So I'm on my own tonight. Not sure what I'm going to watch yet, because I've just been trying to get all this stuff done. But thought I would give you a taste test of our Trader Joe's cookies. I got some Earl Grey because it's my favorite. In our Shiitake Happens mug, which is very appropriately one of the last things I bought at Joann's before it closed. So it was a Shiitake Happens kind of moment for me. I haven't had tea in a really long time. It's been super hot. I mean iced tea, but not like hot tea for a long time. I've been watching lots of fall decorating vlogs and things like that, so very excited to get into the fall season. So we have our pumpkin Snickerdoodle cookies. This batch is a little dark, so I tried to rotate them so that one wasn't on the bottom for too long. My new cookie sheets are really big, so I can't fit them double on one rack. So they're a little dark on the bottom, but I wanted to make sure they were cooked through, and it's hard to tell like how dark they're getting on the bottom. So let's give them a try. A little burnt. It's a weird flavor combo. I'm not sure about that. It's almost like I would rather have it be pumpkin or Snickerdoodle. The pumpkin and Snickerdoodle is a little overwhelming flavor-wise, but it's still a nice sweet treat. And we do have a cup of coffee sponsor this week, although it's going to be a cup of tea sponsor. So let me read that out to you where I put my phone. Okay, so this week's cup of coffee sponsor comes to us from Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, for donating. She says that my vlogs are very relaxing for her. They keep her calm in this time of stress, and she enjoys seeing all the projects come together. So thank you very much, Sarah. Sarah has bought me a sweet treat, so she's basically contributed to my Trader Joe's bill. And if you would like to become a coffee sponsor, I have a coffee account where you can just donate a one-time donation. It could be $5, $10, whatever you feel like. Kind of goes towards a cup of coffee, a skein of yarn, a yard of fabric, whatever you choose to contribute to. Just helps me keep this channel going. And it's just a nice way to do like a one-time donation that doesn't require you to sign up for anything or do like a monthly thing. So if you would like to participate in that, I'll put the link here below and you can head on over, and I would really appreciate it. So thank you very much, Sarah. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel and look forward to sharing more fall vibes with you. Hopefully this will be very nice and calming for the rest of the year for you. We have everything cut out, the SF-101 attached. So next step is the fleece, and I think what I would like to do is figure out a intelligent way of cutting this down. Not sure if there is a super intelligent way. I was thinking if I just cut this down, but that's not going to work. So I think if I go just inside, well not just, but like halfway inside this line, but then I got to cut that down, this part down too. So I can't remember how I did it last time. I think I just eyeballed it. which was not good. And then we need to take off, geez, like a ½ inch. Oh, that's actually going to be flat. We're not taking anything off that because we have to nest it into the fold. Do that, but now I have to cut like halfway in there. Like, how far in is that?
Give me a reason to get out of bed. I need a minute to think.
The other nice part about this is that I have all of these scrap pieces of Fusible fleece, and we can use it for this. That's nice. Not quite big enough for that, although technically it is. Big enough for that. So we definitely have a lot of pieces here. That's good. I need 16, so that's the only problem there. And if I can't use it for this, then it's too small. You know what I mean?
I keep repeating the same mistakes. I did them all before, in every shape. There's a million ways to mess things up, and I need some time to figure out what to say and make our troubles disappear. Oh, tomorrow's near. It's gonna be okay, no matter come what may. I'm gonna set things straight tomorrow. Let all our worries fade, let them sweep away. There'll be another day tomorrow. Oh, oh, oh.
I've picked a brown thread here because I'm hoping to use that for several of the bags, so that I don't have to change thread as much. We have our offcuts from these that we're going to use as our new thread bunnies. So I'm just going to put that down, get the thread going. And we've got our stiletto to help us with these zipper tabs. And we're just going to go for it. I'm just going to line that up in there since it is exactly the same width. What I like to say is with these smaller bags, there's not a lot going on. So you want to make sure that you really take your time to make them look great, because all the details are going to be pretty much on full display because there's not a lot going on with the pattern. So I want to make sure I take the time for these to be a little bit more straighter, a little bit more care and finesse. And same thing goes at this point for the zipper. So the way we're sewing in the zipper is it's going to be down here. So it's going on top of the zipper tab. And I would just want to make sure that this space in between here, between the zipper coil and the bottom, is the same. I want to make sure we're lined up on the edges. And just want to take an extra moment to make sure that that's all nice and neat before we top stitch. And then I'm just going to clean up the SF101 that's hanging over the edge. So we want a nice even edge. The only problem with this bag is that our raw edges are going to show in the middle. I mean, you're not really going to see them, but they are going to be raw edges. So if you have a serger, you could definitely go over this with a serger or a zigzag stitch just to nail it down a little more. I don't have that. I'd have to break out a whole other machine, and I just simply do not have the room for that in this sewing space. So we are going to put wrong sides together for our exterior and our lining pieces, and then we're going to tack it down. You can either tack it down or you can sew all the way around. We're only doing 1/4 of an inch for our real seam, so this needs to be like right on the edge. Obviously it would waste less thread if you didn't do it all the way around, but I don't even know if that's true because the way my machine cuts the thread, I think you're still going to be wasting thread. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the zipper all the way. We're going to lay our right sides to right sides now so that we've got our exteriors right side to right side. We've got our interior there, and then we're just going to sew the whole thing. And you just want to be careful when you get up here. With the ears, we're just going to leave the needle down and then go around, and then we want to make sure we hit these points really well as well. So I like to start on a straight edge, and it's going to be 1/4 of an inch. So if you just go nice and slow and find that point on your machine and really pay attention to it. In fact, I think we are going to move our tape over just so that it's a no-brainer for us. And when you get to the ears, you just want to leave your needle down. So now we're going to go around, and we're going to put some clips in here. And these scissors are not going to work. My little sharp scissors are really good for this. So we're just going to make some little clips all the way around so that when we turn it, we can define that curve. And we're also going to press it so that we can press that curve into place. You can also cut off the ear points at this point. And this is what our first kitty looks like. Super cute. We've got our zipper and our swivel hook. So very cute. So I'm just gonna start cooking on the rest of these, and hopefully we'll get all of these done today and we don't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna pick out the next brownie one. And there's several of these that have like a brown background, and then some that have more of a beige background. So we're gonna do all of the brown ones first, and then we'll switch over to more of a beige thread for the others. So let's get started. Hi friends, so that's it for this week. We've got all of our kitty cats. They're so cute. I especially love the Christmas kitties. Some of these are kind of interesting. I don't know that they really work with the kitty shape. Obviously something that's a little bit more normal all over pattern is good, but I don't know if that really works or not. So that's what we have this week. I've been talking a lot, so I went ahead and just laid them all out there for you so you could take a look at all of them. So I won't hold them up here. I did have one that I forgot to put the swivel clasp on, so I'm kind of annoyed at myself about that. And then the only other part of this is just making sure that when you install the zipper that you're pretty regular about the space you leave in between, and that lines up with the outer piece. I had left too much space on the first couple, and then the exterior back piece was too short because I had made the front too long. If you're gonna make these, just keep an eye out on that and make sure that you're not going too far over. I did switch over to a zipper foot, which really helped with the rest of them. I can't remember, I probably did that the first time as well. And I think I'm just gonna leave the zipper foot on for the rest of the bags that we're making because we're using these smaller zippers for all of those. So I hope you enjoyed yourself this week. I hope you head out and grab yourself a nice fall treat, whether that is a cute decoration or a sweet treat or a pumpkin spice latte. I'm not much of a pumpkin spice latte girl, but I do love a good like Mexican hot chocolate, so that's what I would be after. Or like maple. I don't know, is there a good maple coffee drink out there? Pop it down in the comments if you go to a place like a chain that has a good maple or cinnamon coffee idea. So I hope you have a wonderful week ahead and hope to see you back here next week, where we are going to be going on a couple of tours. We are hitting World Market, and then we also found out about a new fabric store, a new reuse store. So my sister and I are going to go to that, and I will share that with you. I'm already stocking up on fabrics for next year, even though I don't know what I'm doing next year. And I will also share with you progress on the green sweater next week as well. So making some piggies, and I hope to have you with me when we do that next week. And just remember to stay safe out there, keep calm, rise above, and know that I love you. See you next week, friends. Bye.